Okay, so welcome to day 5. It's our final night of the Unblock Your Psychic Third Eye Challenge. And tonight we're going to be talking about how to unblock your psychic gifts to heal yourself and others without the second guessing. All right. And, we're on day 5. And if you could believe it, it seems like it went by so quickly. It's almost like I can't even remember, like, oh, yeah, we even started on Sunday, right? It's like, it's just flown by so quickly. Well, anyway, I have a lot to cover tonight. So why don't we just jump right in? Okay. And like I said, if you're on Facebook, when I have like this full screen thing, I can't see the comments on Facebook, but I will be checking in time to time. Okay. So let's see. So why don't we start with what we always start with, and that's our opening meditation. So we're just gonna start with closing your eyes and breathing, honoring the body like we learned on day 1. All right, so go ahead and take a nice deep breath, sit nice and upright in your chair. And as you take a few deep cleansing breaths, you could go ahead and just validate right away that just simply from inhaling and exhaling, just how much your body relaxes almost instantly. And the more you do this work, your body starts to get more and more conditioned. That's the beauty of practice. And by day 5, you might notice it's like, oh, yeah, you're doing that. Your body is like, oh, you're doing that grounding thing. Okay, I like this. And then your body starts to sink more deeply into the chair as a result. The more your body relaxes. And then as you take one more deep breath, and then you exhale once again, when your body relaxes just that little bit more, that's usually a good sign. It's okay to start doing some energy work here. And if you still feel some tension in the body, there's no rush. Just take a few more deep cleansing breaths. I know that, especially today, and in light of what's going on in the news as of today, I mean, on the other side of the world, there's like bombings. And, when I was going through my day today, I was like, why am I so angry today? And I checked in, I was like, wow, that's not even my energy. There's a lot of energy going on in the collective right now. So if you're like me and you're sensitive, you're just highly sensitive to stuff like this, even if it's on the other side of the world, it's even more reason to relax the body even more. Allow it to release and let go, at least for the next hour or so. And go ahead and play with a grounding cord with a color of your choice. It could be green or blue or some other grounding color that's grounding for you. And if you are playing with green, start with a green ball of energy right at the base of your spine, surrounding your hips. And allow that to drop to the center of the planet, leaving behind a green tube of energy in the process. And as your body connects to the center of the planet, I want to validate the body feeling nice and connected. And, when some of you are already saying, yeah, there's all this stuff going on, I'm feeling angry too. When stuff like that happens and people on the collective level are in fear, or, like with the whole COVID thing, the fear around that, or with the wars, or if like there's a hurricane or earthquake on a collective level, when people start getting into fear and they start getting floaty and panicky, it's easy to match that energy, especially when you're highly sensitive. And so by being connected in this way with a grounding cord, then the body feels safe. It doesn't feel so floaty. And then you can unmatch and find your own energy, find your own sovereignty in the midst of all that's going on around the world. And notice how your body can start to calm down, realizing that it's like, okay, it's all the stuff going on out there. And then you could just take a nice deep breath in here, inside your body. And if you have any other energies going on in your space, anything else that's kind of knocking you out of your psychic space there, out of being centered, imagine that you could just get the sense of that. Notice where you're harboring that in your body, holding that. And a lot of this kind of jittery, out of body energy, the fear energy, sometimes that just gets in your aura, not necessarily in your body, but you could still feel it. And so imagine that whether it's in your aura, your energy field around you, or in your body and your chakras, imagine now that you could just release and let that go. Allow that to slide on down. And it just continues down, 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 down your grounding cord, all the way down to the center of the planet. And you could imagine the hot core of the center of the planet, that whatever gets down there, it just turns back into pure energy, gets recycled, and Mother Earth returns that energy to whoever it belongs to. And you might start to feel lighter as a result, start feeling the movement. As we covered on day 2, energy could either be stuck or in motion. So when you get energy unstuck and it becomes in motion, dropping down your grounding cord, falling away from your body and your aura, you start to get more and more clear as a result. And like we learned on day 3, your gifts are right there. They're just covered up by the foreign energy, by the fear, the doubt, or where you might have matched with other people's energies. Just let all that go. And just like what we covered yesterday, where you don't have to know anything, right? All you need to do is sit back, relax, breathe, and observe. And so you could just observe all this energy that's not yours, floating down, floating away, any energy not in present time. Helping you get clearer and clearer as a result, the more and more you let that go. Awesome. And now, go ahead and imagine a big gold sun. Now that you cleared, you want to replace it and fill it in with something. And it may as well be your own energy. So with this gold sun, imagine you could write your name in magnetic ink in the middle of it. Have it call your energy back. And I'm doing this right along with you. I can sense some of my energy returning from the other side of the planet, because it looks like some of my energy just wanted to go there and see what's going on and maybe send some healing energy there. But for now, just so I could be nice and present, and just so you can be nice and present, just watch as all the gold sun calls all your energy back, like gathering pieces of you left behind from your day, your week, from people, places, projects. And just keep looking up at that gold sun up above your head as more and more of your energy comes back. And when that gold sun is all nice and full, go ahead and now allow that golden energy to pour in through the top of your head, your crown chakra. And just like pouring water into a glass, your energy fills in your body from the tips of your toes all the way back up to the top of your head, from fingertip to fingertip, filling in your bubble, your aura, energy field around you, front and back, above and below, to the left of you, to the right of you, just all around, really. And allow yourself to be replenished, nourished, and be in the enjoyment of having your own energy back. And breathe all that in. And when you're all filled up, going to lean over and stretch, come on out of the trance. All right, awesome. So welcome back. And while you go ahead and just comment how that was. And while you are doing that, I'm going to jiggle around some windows once again here. So bear with me. So I'd love to get your feedback anyway. How was that? And what was that like? All right. So Robert says feels energizing. That one's a much better feeling than any other night. Awesome. Okay. Amber is saying, staying grounded. So this is exciting. Thank you. You're welcome. Heather, I saw yellow first and turquoise was very relaxed. Okay, great. Something hit and now I'm crying, maybe a good cry. Yeah, you know, when people are in tears, that's actually a sign of release. So, you know, I when clients come and see me, right, the reason why they're coming to see me, a psychic or any kind of healer, right, is because they're not feeling good. They have a lot of stuck energy in their space. So when people start to cry, right, and like we're in a session and they're crying, you know, around me, and they go, I'm sorry, I'm crying, I'm sorry, I'm crying. I'm like, no, that's a good sign, right? Because it's a sign you're releasing and letting go. All right. And let me check on Facebook real quick. All right. Some of you are making the comment about, yeah, this distraction just gets easier and faster, refreshing. Okay. Awesome. All right. Okay. So like I said, we have a lot to cover tonight. So we are going to get right in it. And Delphine was saying that was amazing. Thank you. Okay, awesome. Yeah. And, you know, I have something special in store for you guys. Let's talk about what we're going to be covering tonight. So what's today all about? Well, we're going to do an overview and review of everything that we covered over the last 5 days and just validating your experience, right? Because sometimes we're like, well, was that real? How much of that was real? How much was just my imagination? But when you could get the validation and feedback, I mean, it just really cements it all together. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about my book, The Journey of the Awakened Psychic, and how our experience of the last 5 days ties into what you learned, and so how it ties into what I wrote in my book. And then what next level looks like. What does next level look like beyond the 5-day challenge? And then how to keep the momentum going beyond the challenge. And this is where I finally reveal the details of the third eye momentum program. That's that 8-week program that I've been hinting at. And as well, I'm going to be given an offer. So definitely you want to stick around. And one of my ways of getting you to stick around is to for those of you that stick around to the end, that's when I'll count the day 5 done, right? And then you'll be it'll be counted as an entry, right? So, definitely stick around, because you got to stick around in order to qualify. And then what I'll do is everyone that's still stuck around at the end, I'll just get your names, and then I'll put your names into like a spinning wheel, and I'll do that offline. It's easier to just do it offline in my experience, and then I'll do it live. I'll record it, post it to the Facebook group, and then also I'll probably post it to YouTube just in case you don't have Facebook. And then you could see for yourself who won. Okay. And then what we'll do is I'll either email you or message you on Facebook if you won. All right. So definitely got to be present at the end. And then what I have, this is a special surprise for everyone. I want to channel Archangel Michael's, the healing energies from Archangel Michael, and give you all a group healing. But in light of what's going on in the planet, right, I thought that we could do something special together, where we could all work with Archangel Raphael and send healing energies, not only out to us as a community here, but also to the planet, right? So how cool would that be, right? Because there's a lot of things going on the other side of the world, in Ukraine and all that. And not just Ukraine, right? But just everywhere, right? What if we were to work with Archangel Raphael and whatever healing guide that you're used to working with, okay? So that's how I figure we could end our time together. And then for those of you that do choose to continue on, right? There's always more after that, but I want to end our time together on a really great note here. All right, and Amber saying, I love this, sending out. Yes, sounds great. Okay. All right, Michelle asks, what does it mean when your right thumbprint just starts itching? The body just it gets validation in funny ways, especially when energy starts moving. So you just kind of take it all with a grain of salt there. All right, so I want to recap your journey over the last 5 days thus far. And I want to tell my unblock story. And as I'm telling the story, I invite you to just close your eyes for a moment, ground, and just notice where you can relate to my story based on your last 5 days, okay? Now, I want to just tell a real quick story. This was back when, like, oh gosh, it's almost like 10 years ago. It seems like so long ago. But back when I was really awakening, right? I was always psychic as a child, but I didn't really decide to control it, right? Not till later in life. And I told you guys a story about my therapist, right? I was sitting in front of my therapist because, we're talking about just relationship problems, and I had gotten over a breakup, and that's why I was seeing this therapist. And the story goes that we were talking about fathers and how fathers affect the relationship. And I was sitting in front of her in her office, and next thing you know, I saw this glow of light up above her head. My body froze, and I was like, what's going on? Can she not see that? Am I the only one seeing this? And it was crazy. And the whole time I was transfixed by the glow of light up above her head, and she just kept talking. I was like, ma, ma, ma. I couldn't even understand her. Next thing you know, I got this download, and I interrupted my therapist, and I was like, what was your relationship with your father like? And I was like, where did that question come from? Why did that come out of my mouth, right? And she said, well, one of the reasons why I became a therapist was because of my relationship with my father, right? And then the glow of light kept swirling up above her head. And then I got this other message that came out of my mouth. I was like, I don't know why I feel compelled to tell you this, but your father says that he loves you, right? And in that moment, I'm like, where in the heck did that message come from? It's not like I was making that up, right? And then as soon as I delivered that message, the glow of light disappeared. And then a tear started flowing down my therapist's face. And both of us had to gather ourselves. We're like, whoa, what was that? Right? So I remember after that happened, a couple of days later, I just happened to be in this other seminar and there were two psychics that were part of the seminar. And it was an NLP seminars. NLP is neuro-linguistic programming, if you don't know. So we all went out to dinner one night and I told them about my crazy experience that happened with the light up above my therapist's head. And one of the psychics, Jennifer, she looks at me and she goes, Joe, good job. You delivered the message. I go, what? But how did that happen? Why did that happen? Right. And, the two psychics, the other psychic, her name was Jenny. So there's Jennifer and Jenny. Both of them were just smiling at me as they were looking at me. And then Jennifer is just looking at me, right? And she goes, Joe, you see energy. I go, what? She goes, yeah, you just saw energy up above her head. I go, really? Because I always was one of these people, like, I have a hard time seeing energy, but I saw that as plain as day. It wasn't what I would expect it to be, but that's what it was, right? And then she said to me, she goes, Joe, you also just know things. I go, yeah, that's true. And, the whole time she's just looking at the top of my head and my third eye. And then she goes, you get the information and then you get a feel for it. And so she started looking at my second chakra right below my belly button. And she said something really profound. At first, I didn't understand what she was saying, but at the same time, it made so much sense. She goes, you're trying to get a feel for the energy, but you get stuck there. You get stuck there because you don't know, you can't distinguish if it's really your energy, your thoughts, your feelings, or if it's someone else's. And so part of your challenge is your psychic gifts are awakening, but you're stuck in your second chakra. When all the wisdom really is when you could start looking through your third eye and tapping into your crown chakra more. And she's looking at me and I'm like, oh my God, what? Inside my mind, right? I'm like, is she reading me? And then she laughs and Jenny laughs, the other psychic, and she goes, yeah, Joe, I'm reading you. All right, so you could open your eyes. That's my story, right? Of like my journey of feeling blocked and then getting unblocked and, learning what you learned over the last 5 days around like we're, being stuck in the second chakra and then rising up, right? So let me show you all a graphic of what I mean by this. And so if your eyes aren't open, go ahead and open your eyes again here. So here's a chakra person, right? And, illustrated in my story here, the second chakra, which is, I don't know if I have an arrow. Okay, yeah. Second chakra is right here, right below the belly button. And the second chakra is all about where you feel energy. This is where a lot of empaths operate, okay? Now, when Jennifer, that psychic, was saying, you're stuck in that second chakra, you have a hard time getting back up, what she means is tapping into the sixth chakra or that third eye where you could see energy. And that's this chakra right here, okay? And then she further states, you also have like this high knowing, you just know things. That's a seventh chakra thing. of tapping into your higher knowing, right? So is all this making sense? Ember said, I just got major goosebumps when you said about the second chakra getting stuck, okay? And yeah, when you're getting goosebumps like that, that's a sign, right, that it rings true for you. It's not like you're trying to make the goosebumps happen, right? So that, just think of that as like a form of validation when that happens, okay? And okay. Vicky says, I just know things all the time. I tend not to forget things. Oops, so 1 second. Let me move this window out of the way. Even from childhood, just seeing and hearing things once, I don't forget it. Is that something? Yeah, that's like a higher knowing thing, okay? Once that information is in your aura, like even for me, like I'm not necessarily forgetting things, but when I need to remember, it's like, oh, where did that come from? Okay, so yeah, Vicky, totally. Now, talking about the challenge, right? Before the challenge, if you're like me, right, back then, you're just seeing signs all the time, right? I see signs. And then the second stage of your psychic development, your psychic awakening is, okay, I see this 333s and 777s, these dreams, premonitions, ringing the ears. And you're asking yourself, well, what does that mean? The third stage is where you get to the doubt, right? It's like, okay, is that really real? You start overthinking it, start second guessing, kind of like what happened with my therapist, right? I was trying to make it happen again, but I was overthinking it. I was doubting. Then the more I tried to make it happen, then I started second guessing myself. I'm like, maybe it wasn't real. And yet the more that I was trying, right, then the more blocked I felt, right? And this is what we talked about really the first 3 days, right? It's like you felt blocked, but you just need to know more, okay? And Amber said, wow, and just got them again when you said that. Okay, that was from earlier. And Sharon on Facebook said, I am stuck in doubt. Okay, yeah, all right. So this is before the challenge, right? Now, during the challenge, I presented you with a new pathway, all right? I'm not saying you all are unstuck and all super psychic now, no. What I did present to you, though, was a new pathway, and that is, on the first stage, is all about grounding, right? What if you could shift your energy and your awareness simply from viewing and experiencing energy now from a more grounded place? Then the second stage was we talked about the blocks, those 3 hidden blocks that are blocking your gifts now, the not your energy, not in present time, and stuck energies, right? Energy not in motion. And we talked about in the second stage, day 2, that your gifts are right there. It's just covered up by a bunch of stuff, right? So it's not about trying to be more psychic. It's more about, well, what if you could release, peel away layers of the onion, and then you could tap into your gifts that way. And then once you get clear, right, the idea is, well, you don't want just any old thing getting back in there, right? So we talked about having a nice psychic boundaries, okay? And, I had you visualize your aura, like the edge of your aura is your boundaries. Okay, so it's just a different way of establishing your psychic space in that way. And so we talked about that on day 3. And then on day 4, yesterday was third eye activation day. And I gave you 3 tips of what it was like to look through your third eye. It's not like you're seeing, the Mona Lisa hanging on the wall. It's more like if your eyes were blurred and it's looking out the corner of your eye and you only get a glimpse of it, like a split-second glimpse a lot of times, okay? So it's like managing the expectation of what you expect to see versus the real experience. And many of you experienced that, right? Even just from the tips, that was like literally just the tip of the iceberg. All right, so all told, we covered a lot here, didn't we? Okay. Yeah, I'm just looking at Facebook. I'm stuck in the doubt. I'm stuck in the second chakra because I could feel energy, but having difficulty seeing it. Right. So, this is all that I was talking about, right? So now, believe it or not, though, you've been getting glimpses with your psychic's third eye since day 1. Now, how is that? Well, from the very moment I said, hey, imagine a green ball of energy, and then drop that green ball of energy down to the center of the planet. right? You might not have gotten the clearest picture, but maybe somewhere in your mind's eye, you're like, you got a flash of green, even if it was a quick flash, even if it's not what you quite expected to see, like you might have seen that, right? Or when I said connect to the center of the planet, maybe you saw a little bit of like, okay, where's the center of the planet? How would that possibly look like? Even though no one's literally ever seen the center of the planet, right? Not physically, right? And then when I had you see the gold sun, get larger and larger, more of your energy back, write your name in magnetic ink, right? You might not have gotten the clearest picture, but you might have just at least gotten the glimpse of it. Well, guess what? The whole time, those were acts of looking through your psychic third eye, okay? So how cool is that? Maybe you didn't realize that that's what we were doing, but like I said, at least at this stage, because we've only done this 4 or 5 days now, you got a glimpse, but imagine how much better that could get in 8 weeks, right? Which is what we'll talk about here later. So not only that, right? You've been getting glimpses of your psychic third eye since day 1. In just 4 days, and this is where it ties into my book, The Journey of the Awakened Psychic. I had you look at where you identified your gifts, and if you were in the Facebook group, there's a quiz there. Even in my book, there's a quiz you could take. Becoming more energy attuned, right? So to being it's like, oh, that's my energy, that feels good. Not my energy, that doesn't feel good. We talked a little bit about psychic boundaries, how to keep your psychic space clear, right? And when you release and let go, and psychic protection. And then a little bit of the third eye activation, what it's like to see through your third eye. And you got some glimpses of that. We didn't talk about tuning your crown chakra, but we did touch on giving a reading when I gave the demo, and many of you read along with me, and many of you got surprised, right? It's like, oh my God, that was really cool. What I saw, the message that I got. Never met these people before, but look at what came through, okay? And then what I cover in my book, and this is stuff I cover later in later trainings, is how to give a karma-free healing, how to communicate with spirit more effectively, and what I call manifesting the psychic sway. But look at all that we covered in only 4 days, right? Today's day 5, so we covered this in the last 4 days. So it's really cool, right? But still, and many of you are already, making these remarks in the comments here. How many of you are feeling headachy still, especially around the third eye area? All right, and you could just do a quick comment, I am, or headachy. Okay, and Ember just said big time, right? How many of you are still feeling a little blocked? And I know for some of you, it's not just a little, right? And one of you said like, oh, I feel like stuck in the doubt. I still feel it's stuck in my second chakra. Okay, so yeah, many of you are still feeling a little blocked. And still, how many still are having trouble with distinguishing energies, right? You're like, is that my energy? Is that in present time? Like maybe you're having a hard time seeing it, but even feeling energy. The thing here is that for many of you, you've had this energy in your space for so long that you've forgotten if that's even yours or not. And most times, you guys, 80%, 90% of the time, it's usually not your energy, okay? Robert just said, slightly stuck for now. I love it. You guys are so coachable. All right, number 4, how many of you are still doubting and questioning? Is this even real? Was that vision I got, was that real? Was the green of the grounding cord, was that real, right? Lynn just said, I always feel pressure in my head when I read. Yeah, so that's like your energy's flowing up there. And how many of you are still stuck with one or more of the tools, okay? And I know for some of you, it's like, oh, I'm still having trouble grounding. I'm not seeing it really clearly, okay? Well, what I want to let you all know is give yourself some credit, okay? At this stage, it's totally normal. And bear in mind, we've been working together for 4 days, right? We're on day 5 now. Okay, so it may not be perfect, but validate the new knowledge you gained, okay? It's so easy to fall into that hypnosis. And remember on day 2, we talked about the hypnosis. It's easy to fall into the hypnosis of believing you're still not getting it, right? But really, you guys, what's going on is like, well, I didn't get it perfect, so therefore I didn't get it. But what is perfect? Right? What does perfect even mean? Okay. And yesterday we talked about this obsession with like, I have to know, I have to know, I have to figure it out. I have to try harder, I have to think harder, right? That's all that hypnosis stuff. And one of the things we learned is that when you could let go of that hypnosis stuff, all the stuff that's not your energy in the first place, then you have so much more to gain. You have so much more to connect to. Okay. All right. Okay. So, this is all just the tip of the iceberg, you guys. And just as a recap of the last few days, you learned what you really learned was you learned the why and the how of activating your psychic third eye and then unblocking your third eye. Right. And you gain a deeper understanding of the importance of unblocking and releasing, right? Versus trying harder or thinking harder. Okay. You don't need to do all that. Now all that's left is what to do. All right. So I gave you a couple hints like with the grounding or like the tips I gave you yesterday with the psychic third eye, but there's so much more to learn. Okay. So if you can imagine, if all this was just the tip of the iceberg, like in the picture here, imagine what else there is to uncover going forward. All right. Literally, it's just the tip of the iceberg. So how cool is that, you guys? So much more to learn. So you received all these great insights. The question is, now what? Right? What's waiting for you on the other side? What could you learn more about yourself? And how might you be able to further develop your gifts to heal yourself even more and then even heal others? And what if you actually had the tools to further your development? All right. And I'm talking about tools like a toolbox, right? A toolbox of tools that, hey, I want to pull out this one tool about how to read a past life. I want to pull out this one tool about owning my crown chakra more. Okay. So what if you had that? How cool would that be? Now, asked another way, all right, because it's one thing to be like, oh yeah, positive. I want to be positive, right? But sometimes you could be blind by all the positivity by not considering what if you didn't ride this newfound momentum that you gained from the last 5 days to take your gifts to that next level. And what would happen if you waited on fulfilling your higher calling? And that was one thing that I noticed. I remember looking at both comment windows when I asked you, how many of you feel like you have a higher calling? And literally, I just saw like 20 higher calling, higher calling, higher calling, higher calling. Right? But what if you waited on that? And only for the momentum to fade away. Okay. How would your life be for you then? Now, a lot of times we don't want to go there, right? It's like, no, I'm going to be good. I'm going to be good. Well, the solution to all this, right? To help the momentum not fade, I want to now introduce to you what I call the third eye momentum method. It's where you could continue riding the waves so that you can, one, what I call connecting to the cosmos. Okay. So as you're developing your third eye even more, there's these 4 stages. The first stage is connecting to the cosmos. And all I mean by that is when you could connect to something greater, like literally a cosmic level files of information that's there out in the universe, but connect so in a grounded way from what you learned on day 1 of the challenge. Then once you can do that, stage 2, you tap into even deeper self-healing, clear even more with the new information that you're gaining. And then stage 3 of the third eye momentum method is where you could actually then learn how to read anything. And what I mean by that is like everything's just energy, right? Your energy, your thoughts are energy, your emotions, spirit guides are energies. What if you could read the energy of anything? How cool would that be? And then the 4th stage is when you could then start practicing what you learned and then start reading others. And I know for many of you, you want to help others, right? Go ahead and type in the word help. Like, I just want to help others. You have a higher calling. You want to help give insights or help heal people, right? Well, what if you could take your gifts and, in a safe place, you practice with your classmates first, and then you could go out into the world, right? And then you could start really helping people, okay? I see a lot of people saying, help, help. Nikila says, I was a nurse, right? And a lot of you are natural healers. You're in the nursing, you're teachers, you're coaches, you're Reiki, right? You're already out there in the world, right? But I know for many of you, you want to take your gifts and have that be part of your your healing toolbox as well. All right, Michelle, I am a healer. I just need to figure it out. Right, we just need to bring it out, right? Okay, so that's the third eye momentum method, helping you to continue riding the wave. Now, this method is also the 4-step solution to building the momentum it takes to start developing your psychic third eye so that you can begin helping others. All right. And it also provides a solid foundation for, if you remember this graphic, what I call the complete psychic framework, right? So there's reading mastery, healing mastery, spirit guide communications mastery, and manifesting mastery, right? But it all starts with reading mastery, right? And the third eye momentum method and this challenge, right? And once you have this as your foundation, this reading mastery, let me tell you guys, all this other stuff actually becomes much easier. And this is why I have it in this order, okay? Because that's what I found most students when they're embarking on this work, that's where they get the fastest and best development this way. All right, and talking about helping you ride the elevator, right? It's like riding an elevator up out of your second chakra and into your 6th chakra and your 7th chakra, where you could access these higher information. And one thing I didn't describe to you earlier was that your second chakra, when it processes energy, think of it like it spins. Each one of these chakras spin, okay? The second chakra spins slower, right? These lower chakras spin slower than your upper chakras, like your 6th chakra, your crown chakra. So your 6th chakra spins really fast, right? And your crown chakra spins even faster. So when you're trying to access these higher spiritual informations, no wonder it's hard to read with your second chakra, because the level or the amount of frequency that you could feel physically is very limited. Whereas when you could see the energy or tap into your higher knowing, basically you access higher levels of psychic awareness than what your second chakra is capable of. All right, so that's also part of what the third eye momentum method is all about, okay? Now, with that, when you could tap into your 6th chakra, let me know. Who else wants to know how to read past lives? Okay, one of the great things about reading past lives is that there's a lot of karma from a past life. And if you find yourself repeating things over and over and over again this lifetime and you don't know why, it could be that there's some old stuck karma from a past life. And you decided as a soul, like, well, I didn't figure it out that past life. This lifetime, I'm going to complete that. I'm going to complete that cycle. I'm going to learn that lesson. All right. So that's one of the values of reading a past life. Chakras, right? Who wants to read chakras, right? Chakras contain a lot of information. And, a lot of times when chakras are blocked, like your third eye could be blocked, when you unblock them, I consider chakras like windows, right? They're windows to the soul, windows to the world of spirit. And so you access even more information when you could unblock your chakras. Okay, who wants to learn how to read the future, right? Everyone wants to know about their future sometimes. How to tap into your spirit guides, your angels, or connect with loved ones who passed away. This is a really big thing where a lot of people feel called. I want to say, about maybe 30%, maybe 20-30% of the people that come my way, like they want to be the type of psychic that helps people connect to their loved ones who passed away. Like it's a real calling, okay? Dreams, right? Dreams and the astral plane. The thing about dreams and the astral is that the astral plane is like really close to the physical plane. And, if you've ever felt like you've fallen in your dreams, right? It's because the astral plane is really close to the physical plane. The thing with that's great about the astral is that you could work things out in the astral before you work it out in the physical plane in reality, right? So think of it as a dress rehearsal. Now, the other thing about the astral, right? And this is like relevant to today. A lot of people are up on the astral because of what's going on in the planet. Like, oh, what's going to happen? Right? All the stuff that's going on the other side of the world in Ukraine right now, like a lot of stuff is going up on the astral. So a lot of people are really sensitive to that energy. Okay. So, learning how to read the astral and even heal your astral space is really important. And then, of course, advanced psychic protection. And I'm talking about like crown chakra level psychic protection, how to complete karma, right? Karma is a cycle that repeats over and over and over again until you actually learn the lesson, right? But there's also energetic ways of how to complete karma. What I call owning the room. Imagine energetically walking to any room and having that room energetically be yours, right? So you can feel comfortable and ground that physical space. How many of you already read pets, right? Like you could read animals. I know a good percentage of students, like that's their thing. Like they are pet psychics and pet healers. Akashic Records, someone's asking about Akashic Records. All Akashic Records are, think of them as like a file system, a spiritual file system of all your past lives, all your lessons. Everyone has an Akashic Record. All planets have Akashic Records, right? All these spirit guides, they all have Akashic Records. And there's like the main Akasha, right? Of where you could tap in. And, great thing about Akashic Records is if you ever needed to like, oh, let me pull something out of my records, like this healing tool that I learned in a past life, right? You could access that information, that energy, okay? You could also access like your next steps. So if you're wondering, what do I do next, right? Tap into your Akashic Records. And that's something you could do with your psychic third eye. So how many of you would be interested in that? How to do long distance energy healings. Okay. This is one of my favorite things to do, especially when COVID hit. I let go of my office, my physical office, and I do everything via Zoom now. And let me tell you, I have my school, but I also have my healing business off to the side. And let me tell you guys, I've read people from India, Indonesia, Canada, Alaska, Mexico, South America, right? So what's great about if you do choose to, make this what you do in life, right? Literally, you could do this job from anywhere. I remember one time I pulled over in my car and did a reading and healing from parked on the side of the road. Right? So long distance energy healings, and then advanced healing and deprogramming. And consider that there's a lot of programs that are running the show. Like doubt could be a program. What if you could deprogram that? How cool would that be? And of course, manifesting, which we'll talk about here in a moment. Michelle said that would be so cool. A lot of you are raising hands. Robert says everything. Elaine on Facebook says, oh, Malay says me. Sharon, all of the above. Okay. So as you can see from this big list, right, there's so much you could do simply from activating your psychic third eye with the third eye momentum method. Now, but first, I just want to let you know, and I know some of you are like, oh, I'm going to go find the next YouTube video. I'm going to get Joe's book. I'm going to try figuring this out on my own, right? Now, you can do this on your own, but just remember, it's easy to get stuck in your head and start overthinking this, right? So if you do decide that, just watch out for that. And not to mention all the second guessing that happens when you don't get all your questions answered as you did during the challenge. Okay, so I stuck around, did Q&As, everyone got their questions answered, and someone's like, you're such a wealth of information, Joe. Well, that's what's great, right? Of having all your questions answered. So, you can be someone like the woman on the left, like, oh, I'm just wondering, right? Or the one on the right, just more grounded, okay? And based on this picture, you guys, which one of those two looks more psychic to you, right? Obviously the woman on the right. All right. So the question now becomes, how do you get to the next level? And this is where cue the obvious promotion, right? This is where I'm going to present you with the actual thing that I want to promote to you, and that is what I'm calling the Third Eye Momentum Gold Program. And I'm saying gold because gold is one of the levels that I'm going to be presenting to you today. But we're going to start with the Third Eye Momentum Gold Program. And it's 8 weeks long, just like what I've shared with you. And this begins on March 9th, which is a Wednesday. And we meet every week for the following 8 weeks at 6 p.m. Pacific, very similar to what we've been doing, right? That would be 9 p.m. Eastern and all the time zones in between. So what is the Third Eye Momentum Program? You know, based on the Third Eye, let me back up. The Third Eye Momentum Program includes the Third Eye Momentum Method, okay? So here, this is where you learn how to tap into your third eye to read from your upper chakras to access the higher spiritual information. And it allows for learning advanced tools for moving foreign energies out to unblock your gifts faster. And you fine-tune your reading abilities to begin helping others by giving them a clairvoyant reading. Very much basically what I did yesterday. My goal is that you could do it too, okay? And imagine that over the next 8 weeks, the more that you heal yourself to clear, release, unblock, the more easily you could access your psychic third eye, okay? Because like I said, yeah, it is a tongue twister, Miranda. Like I said, your gifts are right there, right? It's just covered up, right? But what if for the first few weeks, like let's peel away one layer, and then the next week, let's peel away the next layer. Y'all remember those old Tootsie Pop commercials? Like you keep like layers of the Tootsie Pop, you get to the center, right? In this case, you start to clear your third eye more and more. And many of you are already getting glimpses, right? But what if you can, like a psychic light switch, turn them on and turn them off at will and when you want. All right, so that's what this method allows for. And here's the goal. By the end of the 8 weeks, you guys, my goal for you and my promise is that you can give a mini reading by the end of the program, okay? And Miranda asks, is class only 1 day a week? Yes, it's once a week, okay? So at the end of the 8 weeks, by week 8, the goal is that you could give a mini reading, mini psychic clairvoyant reading by the end of the program, right? So how many people would be interested in that, right? Having that ability. Go in, type in the word clairvoyant or mini reading and let me know if that's something that sounds interesting to you. Let me look on Facebook real quick. Sharon says, yes, you definitely are a wealth of information. You're a gold mine and have a huge, genuine heart. Well, thank you for that feedback. Sharon's like, yes, I remember the Tootsie Pop commercial. Yeah, we're dating ourselves, right? If you gives you an idea of how old I am. So yeah, in Zoom, yes, mini reading. A lot of you are raising your hands, mini reading. Okay, so great. That is my goal for each of you. So that by week 8, you're giving a mini reading to someone. All right, so we're going to get into the logistics here, Miranda, in just a moment. Let me talk a little bit more about the method here, okay? So it helps you to build momentum, and this is why I call it the Third Eye Momentum Method. Helps you build the momentum with your psychic development so that you can then access otherworldly informations from realms, realities, dimensions that once felt out of reach. And you could communicate with your spirit guides and your higher self more effectively to get the answers that you seek. And then you accelerate your manifesting abilities, which translates to having even more synchronicities. And you know, what's funny is as people go through the 8-week program, even like the first week, second week, people are like, oh my God, I've had so many synchronicities since signing up for the program. Well, that's what happens when you're more in alignment, okay, week after week. And you could do all this all without getting or feeling depleted and giving away your life force energy. Now, how many people would be interested in that, right? Not feeling so drained all the time, right? Not giving away your energy all the time, not having to, be bombarded because you're absorbing everyone else's energies. Okay, and I see not being drained. Yes. Right, and you notice last night, right, when I was done, I was energized last night by the time, like, we almost went 2 hours last night. And, I did my third reading by almost the end of the 2 hours, but I was energized. Okay. And you'll see a lot of psychics and healers, and I'm not trying to say like I'm better than them, right? But I've learned the tools of not being depleted, actually being energized by it all. Right. So how many of you would be interested in that? Right. So that's what I mean. This is what the third eye momentum method gets you. You could do all this without getting depleted and nor giving away your life force energy. And guess what? By the end of it all too, you no longer have to second guess your abilities again. Now, what's included in gold here? The gold level. Well, you get the third eye momentum method. It's 8 weeks long, and you get 8 weeks of third eye accelerator sessions via Zoom. And these go, and I saw the question come in, how long are these? These go for about an hour and a half each class. Okay. And normally it really just the lecture piece of it all just goes for an hour, but I like to stick around, and usually I stick around for about another half hour to answer everyone's questions. Okay. So yeah, the lecture piece of it all will be about an hour, and all told, just reserve about an hour and a half. And I know for some of you on the East Coast, like, it's 10:30, it's 11 o'clock already, right? So I try not to make these too long. You also get a private student-only Facebook group to connect with your classmates. So many of you have already made a lot of great connections in the last 5 days, right? Well, what if you could further develop those relationships and connect with a group of like-minded people who are on the same journey as you? You also get in the gold level one-on-one coaching and healing session with me. All right, so I'm going to do the raffle at the end. Those are a bonus, but when you sign up, right, you get a one-on-one coaching and healing session with me. So if you have questions, unique questions about your own gifts, right, because everyone's different. It's like, Joe, I saw this weird spirit guide, or I think I saw my mom as a spirit come through. Can you help me with that? That's what these one-on-one sessions are for, to help you with your specific questions. So how cool would that be, right? How many of you would find that helpful when you can get your unique questions answered? So just let me know if that sounds interesting to you. And then on top of this, I also have one-on-one VIP options available for those who know you want extra attention. And we'll talk about what that means here in just a moment. And I do see like helpful, I see raised hands. On Facebook, yes, says Catherine and Elaine. Okay. All right. So y'all are following along. So all this is sounding interesting to you. Okay. So my promise with the gold level, okay, my promise is that by the end of the 8-week momentum program, you'll be able to give a mini clairvoyant psychic reading, like I mentioned earlier, providing others with divine guidance and healing insights with confidence and ease. Okay, so it's one thing to give a clairvoyant reading, but you're like, I'm not sure if I did that right. But with confidence and ease, you see how that's like a whole different energy level. Okay, and that's why this is an 8-week program, you guys, right? And for many of you, like I had to give you some coaching, like on day 2, you're already hard on yourself, like, oh, I'm not getting it. Well, this is why it's an 8-week program, okay, so that you can start providing others with divine guidance and healing insights with that confidence and with that ease. All right. Now, let's talk about what we're covering on the 8 weeks. So this is an 8-week, I'll call it an 8-week roadmap. Now, stage 1 is what I mentioned earlier about tapping into the cosmos. And we spend about 2 weeks where basically I'm teaching you a new way to meditate, where you literally tap into the cosmos, tap into that cosmic consciousness in a grounded way, okay? And when you could tap into that so much greater, that energy of so much greater, guess how much more information you could tap into beyond just the physical realm, right? So imagine that, tapping into these higher spiritual informations, these realms, realities, dimensional realities that I keep talking about. So the fancy word for that, right, is like you're tapping into the cosmos. So how cool would that be? Go ahead and type in the word cosmos if that sounds interesting to you. All right. On Facebook, Natasha, very much interested. Okay. I see like the hand emojis there. Cosmos, 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 and in Zoom. So that's stage one. Stage two is where you learn even deeper healing self-healing tools. So I taught you one, the grounding, okay? But I'm going to teach you other ways to release energy almost instantly, almost like with a snap of a finger. Also teach you some crown chakra level ways of healing, okay? So that's yet another 2 weeks. And then stage three, this is where after you've done these first 4 weeks of clearing and self-healing, right? All the while your third eye is awakening more and more and more, then you're at that stage where you're ready to read, I call it anything, quote unquote, anything. And all I really mean by that is everything is energy. You can read the energy of anything, okay? And we're gonna practice that for 2 weeks. And I'm also gonna teach you during these 2 weeks how to read things like how to read a past life, how to read your future, how to read health, how to read your aura, how to read chakras, okay? Literally, like the tools you're going to learn on stage three is the tools of how to read anything. Okay, so how many of you that would be cool, right? Just talking the word anything, read anything, like you'd like to learn how to do that. And really at this stage as well, you're going to be practicing learning how to read the energy for yourself. Okay, so you're going to learn how to read your own past life, your own chakras, right? Your own future, your own health. That's what stage three is about. Now, stage four is where you take what you practice when you practice reading on yourself. Stage four then is where you practice reading others, right? So if you learn how to read a past life on yourself, reading someone else, reading their past life is actually easier now that you practice on yourself. And so we're going to practice yet another 2 weeks. And the great thing about Zoom is I could put you like in these rooms. So the idea is I'm going to put you in a room of 3, and then you all rotate. Like 2 people will read and 1 person will get the reading. And then you rotate, right? So that's where the whole practice giving readings to each other, right? That's where it unfolds. But we don't even go there at all, not till you went through the first 3 stages, right? So how many of you got like a little bit nervous, right? What, we're gonna read other people? Right, so if you got a little nervous, I know I would, but don't worry about all that, right? That's why you go through the first 3 stages first, and then you have the confidence, right? So Amber's like, yeah, nervous. Robert's like nervous, Cindy nervous. It's natural to be nervous, you guys. But you know, that's just a sign that it's really important to you, okay? Otherwise you wouldn't be nervous, okay? So it's natural, it's okay, be nervous. That means that you care, okay? 1 second, the dog wants to get in. Come on. All right, so those are the 4 stages. Now, who is this for? Because some of you might be wondering, is this really for me? Well, this is for those who want to elevate their skills and abilities to the next level beyond what you learned in the 5-day challenge, right? You got a taste of it. Now it's like, okay, I'm riding the wave of momentum. Let's keep going. I want to see where this could take me. And you want to access those realms, realities, dimensions that once felt out of reach, right? And we did a mini thing on star seeds yesterday. One of the star seeds wanted a reading, and I was like, yeah, cool. Let's do a reading on that, right? And that's like non-earth stuff. But imagine being able to read all that, right? So that's what I mean by these dimensional realities that once felt out of reach. So how many of you like that would be cool, right? To access these, and just type in the word access if that sounds interesting to you. This is also for those who need and want better psychic protection. Okay, a lot of you are typing the word access there. All right. Shauna said, hi, Layla. It's like so funny. You guys even know the name of my dog by now. Love that. All right, so this is also for the busy professional. Now, I just really want y'all to get this, right? We're all busy, okay? The beauty of this is that we're only meeting once a week for about an hour and a half a week. And the stuff that I teach you, right? When I have you let's say I'm going to have you practice grounding every single day until the next following class. Well, how long does grounding take? It takes about 10, 15 minutes a day. Right? So do you have 10 to 15 minutes a day to spend on your gifts? Of course you do, right? So if you're someone who's busy, I've had moms, like stay-at-home moms, like stay-at-home moms are like the busiest people I know, right? Let alone when you have to be a mom and have like a job, right? Like this is what I mean. It's for the busy professional. If you're busy, this is for you. You're overwhelmed and you need more help controlling your energy, right? I know for many of you, you're already open. You don't need to be more psychic for many of you. For some of you, it's like, how do I shut this thing down? Okay, so this is especially for you if you can relate to that. You're still dealing with fear energies. Now, I know for some of you, this is real, right? There's that pesky spirit guide that just won't leave you alone. Well, what do you do? Okay. Well, imagine working for 8 weeks with the psychic protection tool that I'm going to be teaching you. Your energy can't help but shift. It just can't help but shift. It will shift. Okay. So that's what we work on for the next 8 weeks as well. For those who feel scared, afraid, hesitant, and want to be more confident with your abilities, go and type in the word confidence, like if that's something that you want more of with your gifts, right? And again, this is why it's 8 weeks. Okay, this is why it's 8 weeks. You're not expected to get it perfect from day one, okay? So, and I see a bunch of you saying confidence, absolute confidence I need. Let me just read this from Amber real quick. Amber just said, I feel like this is my time. I've been hiding for so long, or pushing Amber to the side because other things come up. I stay at home. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I feel like this is my next step to do and become who I want and who I'm meant to be in this world. Awesome. So if you could relate to what Amber just said, this is also for you. And like I mentioned earlier, and this is why I call it the Momentum Program, this is anyone who wants to ride the momentum of the 5-day challenge to learn not just like why we're doing it or the how, but what do we actually do, okay? And I gave you like a what to do with the grounding cord, like I gave you the actual steps, but no, what to do with the psychic protection, right? What to do without the actual releasing, the crown chakra stuff, what to do when it comes time to how to read a past life, okay? And how to read anything, like that's all the stuff that you're gonna be learning. All right, and then on Facebook, confidence, confidence, confidence. Okay, awesome. So this is resonating with you guys, so I'm glad, okay? Now, everything I talked about so far was the gold, and the gold was all the reading mastery. So that's this first module here of the complete psychic framework. Well, I have a bonus, and I want you to just present to you now 2 VIP options available for those of you like, you know what? The 8-week program sounds great, but I already know I want more, okay? So if that's you, I wanna talk about that right now. So this is for those of you who know you want even more beyond reading mastery, right? You're interested in healing mastery, spirit guide communications mastery, manifesting mastery. You want longer term support and you want individualized attention and guidance, right? And you want an opportunity to continue beyond the initial 8 weeks to ride the momentum of the 8 weeks to even more advanced training. So I have the 2 options. So here's the first option. And this is the platinum, what I call the platinum VIP option, right? So there's gold, this one is platinum. So this includes everything in gold that I just mentioned. And you get unlimited 10 months access to what's known as the Elevate Video Vault. And the reason why I call it Elevate is because when you get from reading mastery to healing mastery to spirit guide communications mastery to manifesting mastery, you're elevating, you're going through stages, all right? So you get 10 months access to the Elevate Video Vault. And each one of these, reading mastery, healing mastery, spirit guide communications mastery, each one of these contains about 13 weeks each of videos, okay, videos, video training. So this amounts to 40 additional weeks worth of content beyond the 8 weeks. Okay. Amber says, you're killing me with these goosebumps tonight. And you further develop your psychic third eye, providing healings and channeling spiritual messages. Okay. So this is platinum. And this is why I have the 3 arrows here. One for reading mastery, healing mastery, spirit guide communications mastery. And you get all the gold bonuses, plus you get the platinum bonus. And here, in addition to all the videos, right? Because you have the self-paced videos. Well, also included as a bonus, if you sign up for platinum today, you also get 10 months of live bi-monthly group coaching. Okay, so very similar to what we're doing. We're going to hop on another Zoom call twice a month. And what's great is, like, say you just learned how to read a past life, or you went on the module on healing, right? You hop on one of these calls, and if you have any questions based on what you watched on the videos, this is a great place to work on that, okay? And as well, I also have practice labs on occasion where you could pair up with people in the platinum program and you're practicing with each other. All right, so not only did you get the practice for the initial 8 weeks, you could continue onward, keep practicing, okay? So you get 10 months bonus of that. Bonus number 2, you also get 2 additional psychic healing sessions with me. So you already got the bonus reading. Now you get 2 extra. So that's 3 extra one-on-one sessions that you get with me. And that's a $297 value. Platinum bonus number 3, and this is more of a fast action bonus. Sign up by Sunday at midnight and receive 2 additional months free for a total of 12 months unlimited access. Okay. In a earlier slide, I mentioned 40 weeks worth of training. There's 52 weeks in a year. Okay. And I know for many people that have gone through the video vault, like, yeah, you could kind of rush through it, but sometimes you just need a week off, right? Because you're just dealing, like, maybe one of the modules on chakras, for example, like, put you in a real, I call it a growth period, because you release so much energy, like, wow, I released so much, I need a break. Right? So having the 2 additional months, right, to make room for those growth periods is so valuable. Okay. All right. So that is platinum, right? So I was going to say, how's that sounding to you? And I already got the question answered. It's like, wow, excitement rushing through my being is so amazing right now. This is so great. Okay, awesome. Now, not only do you have that option, there's also option number 2. Okay, so we had gold, we have platinum. Now I want to present to you what I call the diamond one-on-one VIP upgrade. So this is for those of you who know you want individualized one-on-one premium spiritual coaching, guidance, and deeper healing. Okay, so for those of you who have a goal, right? And I know for many of you, you said you have a higher calling. I want to start my own healing business. I already have a coaching business. I want to augment my coaching business with the psychic stuff, right? So this is great. Diamond VIP one-on-one is great for those who need support starting their own healing or coaching practice with their gifts. Okay, that's where this one-on-one comes in. And having built my own practice, right? Because like I said, I have my school, but I also have my healing practice off to the side. Even if it's something as simple as, like, what do I write on my Yelp page? Because I could tell you, for a lot of people, even getting their Yelp page is scary. Well, what if you had a coach right there to help you, so you know exactly what to put and really get in tune with what exactly you have to offer the world? So now, I know not everyone wants to start their own healing business or practice. So this Diamond one-on-one VIP is also great for those who want to just develop their spiritual gifts, to heal themselves more deeply, to manifest the life of spiritual freedom that you've only dreamed of. Okay. So think of it more as like, like this high-end spiritual, I call it a premium experience of a spiritual coach, okay, spiritual coaching. So now this includes everything. Now the diamond includes everything in gold and platinum, okay? And on top of that, it's where you work with me for 6 months of one-on-one individualized coaching, guidance, and healing. You get 2 coaching sessions per month, and you also get a coach that'll help you be accountable, okay? Now, one of my diamond members right now, she's actually going to open up her own healing retreat. Okay. Now, I don't know anything about opening up a healing retreat, but where I am helping her is helping her as she builds. I'm giving her that energy support because it's a lot of energy, right? So here she is, she's working with, consultants and, studying classes and all that when it comes to the real estate side of it all. But I'm off to the side helping her. And one of the cool things that we're working on together that I've helped her with is she got in touch with her spiritual council. Right. So imagine like having a spiritual council, getting in touch with them so that you could work with the spiritual council to then set the energy for your projects. Right. And so there's steps involved that you have to do. So week after week, it's like, hey, what step are you working on this week? It's like, okay, this is what I'm working on. Then the following week, right? Talking about this is where the accountability piece comes in. Having someone where it's like, hey, how was that? Did you get that done? It's like, yeah, I got that done. That helps you stay accountable. And even if you didn't get it done, it's like, okay, what was the energy perhaps that got in the way of having you get that done? Okay. So this is what I mean by it helps you to ensure you achieve what you want. Let's move through those energy blocks and get those out of the way. And most important about the Diamond One-on-One VIP, that, one of my promises of this program, you go from manifesting magic to real results that you could see, feel, touch, and experience. Okay. I have another client, another member of the Diamond program. She's starting her practice, right? And I'm telling you guys, within I want to say the second or third time that we met, she's like, Joe, I already have a consultation call with a prospect all within the first 2 weeks. So this is what I mean by real results you could see, feel, touch, or experience. Okay. So how many of you would be interested in that, right? Just type in the real results if you're interested in real results. Let me just look at Facebook. Lynn says, this is what I need. Molly says, I want to start a retreat with all the therapies. Awesome. Amber saying real results. Marsha, real results. Okay, great. Now, as I mentioned, you get everything from gold and platinum, all those bonuses, plus you get the diamond bonus #1, the manifesting mastery video vault. Okay, so you get everything in platinum, which was the reading, healing, and spirit communications. For the diamond level, you also get the manifesting mastery. Okay, so you get all 4. And that's a $997 value. You also get diamond bonus #2, and that is 1 extra healing session per month. Okay, so I'm throwing this in for those of you that sign up for diamond today. So in addition to the 2 coaching sessions, we will meet 1 extra time per month. So that's 3 times per month where you get an extra healing session with me. Okay. So talking about getting real results, right? Can you see where if you have all the support, you can't help but get real results? And that's why I could promise that. And then finally, diamond bonus #3, you're going to get right from the very first session, what I call a spiritual consulting session, to help you get in touch with your higher spiritual calling. And I'm going to take you on a special guided journey on what that means, to get in touch with your higher spiritual calling, right? When you took on a body as a soul this lifetime, what was your purpose? Why did you come on this planet? And we take a journey to help discover that, or rediscover that is really what that is. Okay, so go ahead and type in spiritual calling, right? If that's something that sounds interesting to you as well. All right, let me get a sip of water here, you guys. And I see on Facebook, real results, real results, real results. Awesome. Okay, spiritual calling on Zoom. Okay. Now, I know some of you like, how much does this cost? Can I afford this, right? Well, before I get to what the actual investment is, I like to throw this slide up here just to, like, if you were to get all these little pieces individually, right? Just to give you an idea of what this is all worth. So for the gold, right, that third eye momentum method is a $997 value. The 8-week live accelerator sessions, that's a $1997 value. That student Facebook group is a $497 value. The one-on-one check-ins for healing, that's another $197 value. Direct connect with me, right? I don't know if I went into detail about this, but if you have a question, right? And say we're in between classes and you don't necessarily want to wait. It's like, I have this question now. Now you have direct connect with me where you could either text me, you could DM me, right? And ask your question. And then literally within hours, you get your question answered, right? So it's like, Joe, I have this weird energy. What's your take on that? So rather than waiting like another week, what if you could get that question answered within hours instead? Right, so that is a $997 value. Okay. Now, all told, this is a $4,600 value for gold. Now, for the platinum level, you get everything from gold, like I said, so that's a $4,000 value. You get the 10 months access to the video vault. That's another $2,000 value there. VIP bonus, number one. The 10 months of live bi-monthly group training, that's a $997 value. VIP bonus 2, the 2 additional psychic healing sessions, so $297 value. The early bird bonus, where you get the 2 additional months for free, right? That's another $297. All told, that's a $7,000, $7,500 value there. Okay. Now for diamond, and again, these are just the value you would get plus a recap. You get everything from gold and platinum. Again, that was $7,500. You get the 6 months of one-on-one coaching and guidance twice per month. You get that VIP bonus mastery, manifesting mastery video vault. You get that 1 extra healing session. So really it's 3 sessions per month. You get the VIP bonus spiritual onboarding session where I help you with your spiritual, rediscover your spiritual calling. And all told, all added up together, this is about a $14,000 value. Now, I just want to share with you just what some people who are in this program, whether it's gold, platinum, or diamond. This is Jackie. She's a stay-at-home mom. She's also a martial arts instructor part-time. And this is just one of her comments, just going through like the first parts of the program. She says, I had a ton of blocks, but they're all clear now. And I'm feeling so much lighter and freer. So good. This is Tamara. She is an energy medicine teacher. So she's someone who is already, has an energy kind of modality, right? And she wanted to augment her practice with her psychic gifts. And, talking about meeting in class, she goes, thank you for last night's class. Wow, did I feel different after that? Like I was larger and more powerful, right? And in that particular class, I forgot exactly the topic, but I remember for that particular class, like there's so much release from that topic of that night. And so this is what she means by feeling larger and more powerful as a result. This is April. April is a mental health professional, and she's also a healer off to the side. And she has a unique perspective being in mental health, right? Because talking about where people are like, am I crazy, right? Well, she has that perspective. She deals with people, right, who really have mental health challenges. Anyway, what April had to say was, I just got some incredible validation, and self-healing from a reading I gave someone today. And I shared this particular quote because one of the ways I teach you how to heal is that when you heal, you get a healing for yourself in the process so that you're not just giving away your life force energy. Okay. And like I said, last night when I was giving the readings, I was energized all the way through. Okay. I wasn't drained. I wasn't tired. Right. So this is what I mean. This is all part of the magic of it all. Well, anyway, that's where 3 student testimonies there, but that's not all. I want to give you a incentive to sign up right away here. And that is, okay, and that is, if you were to sign up within the next 72 hours, I have some fast decision maker bonuses for you. And that is, I want to throw in one more bonus, and that is a 90-minute deep chakra healing session with me. And this is a $250 value. If you go on my website, you'll see this is what I actually charge the public for this particular service. So you get that if you sign up within the next 72 hours. Bonus number 2 is a chakra healing, my chakra healing e-course, and that's a $497 value, where I take you through each one of the chakras. You learn how to unblock them or identify the blocks and release and heal those blocks. Number 3 is what I call the Earn While You Learn e-course. And this is a $997 value. Now, just real quick, what is the Earn While You Learn e-course? Well, the idea is while you're learning, what if you could go out in your life and start practicing with people? So let's say you just learn how to read a past life, go out in your life and practice, right? Then the next week, you learn how to read the future. Well, you practice on someone else, right? It's like, oh, you practice, can I practice reading the future on you? And of course, people are going to be like, yeah, you could practice with me. And you're practicing, right? So there's no pressure on you. And then what I recommend is you have like 4 or 5 people like that, right? And then you just kind of rotate through them week after week. It's like, hey, can I practice on you this week? Can I practice on you this week? What ends up happening, you guys, is by week 4 or 5, you're going to get this feedback from those people you've been practicing on. And they're telling you, wow, you got so much better. Can I refer you to someone? Or they might say, hey, can I buy you dinner? When you start getting these messages, right? Can I buy you dinner? Can I refer you? Can I trade even, like, you know, a Reiki person or a massage person? Hey, can I trade a reading for a massage for you? When you get to that stage, literally the universe is telling you that is your next level of validation. It's almost like you've graduated to that next level when you start getting those messages. Right. So I discovered this particular methodology on accident because some students just naturally started doing that. And I was like, how did they do that? Well, it's all laid out for you in this bonus. And this is a $997 value. Okay. So this puts you on that path if you wanted to start your own practice off to the side. I'm not promising that this is like full-time income where you could replace your job. I'm not promising that. But what if you can get an extra, say, $50 for like a half-hour reading? $50 is like groceries, right? Or maybe a nice dinner at a restaurant somewhere. Okay, so if you could decide, oh, by the way, for the platinum bonus, right? Those are the 2 extra months. So these are the 72-hour bonuses. Total for the bonus is about $2,000. Now, in order to qualify for these bonuses, you have to sign up by midnight on February 27th. So that's the 72 hours or 3 days from today. All right. Now, let me just remind you before, I know, like, Joe, how much is it already? I told you the value of what it all is, but let me just remind you what you're getting, because I know it's a lot of information. So let me recap real quick. And by the way, Nat says, very interested. Can I see how this will benefit my business? Yeah, awesome. Yeah, many people have wondered the same thing, okay, or are interested in the same thing. So just a reminder, bite-sized chunks of what you learn in 8 short weeks. So stage 1, tapping to the cosmos. 2, deeper self-healing tools. 3, how to read anything. 4, practice reading others, right? And each of these are 2 weeks. So that's how the 8 weeks are broken down for when you sign up for gold. And just to recap, right, how much all this is worth, right? You get all this for gold. That's about a $4,600 value, right? The method, the 8 weeks, the Facebook group, and 1 check-in, and the direct connect. For platinum, you get everything from gold plus the 10 months extra access to the video vault. You get these VIP bonuses, more live bi-monthly group training, 2 additional psychic healing sessions, And then 2 additional months free if you get the early bird bonus by signing up within the next 3 days. And then recap for diamond level, the one-to-one, everything from gold and platinum, plus 6 months of one-on-one coaching and guidance twice per month. The VIP bonus, the mastery, manifesting mastery video vault, in addition to the other 3 video vaults. 1 extra healing session, so really it's 3 sessions per month, 30 minutes each. And then that spiritual onboarding session where we help you discover your spiritual purpose there. And that's a $14,000 value. Now, when it comes to the investment, like you're like, okay, Joe, how much does this cost already? Well, of course you won't pay $14,000, okay? And I won't even charge you half that, even though like for especially the diamond program, right? Just real world, right? I actually have charged people have paid me upwards of $5,000 for a 6-month one-on-one agreement, but you're not even going to pay that. You won't even pay half of that $7,000 at $3,500. So my special offer for you, and this is good for only the next 5 days. So that would be Tuesday of next week. Good for the next 5 days. You can enroll in the gold program today. So that's that Third Eye Momentum program, 8 weeks for only $177. Okay. Or you could put down $97 today and then 1 additional payment of $97. So that will come out to around $190 or almost $200. Okay. So that's gold. That's for the 8-week program. Now, for the platinum program, platinum VIP, right? This is where you get that up to 12 months access to the video vault if you sign up, especially within the next 72 hours. This goes for $997. Okay, or you could split it into payments. So same thing, it's $97 down today, then 11 additional payments of $97 a month. So 12 total payments of $97. And then when it comes to the Diamond VIP program, right, this includes everything from gold and platinum. This is where you also get the 6 months one-on-one coaching, meeting 3 times per month. This goes for only $1997. And to get in, you can get in for $197 today, and then 11 additional payments of $197 a month. So it's an extra $100 a month on top of either the platinum or the gold. Okay. Now, as a summary, this is what they all look like. So I know some of you are like writing stuff down. Now, if you want to enroll, the website down there is down there. You can enroll now by typing in www.mypsychicawakening.com/momentum. Okay, let me try copy pasting this real quick. And let me put it in Facebook. Okay, and the link that I just gave you is for all 3, right? You'll get the information for all 3 here. Okay. So the Momentum program, or the Platinum program, there's a question, how long is the Platinum program? So the Platinum program, that's where you could get up to 12 months access. Okay, so that's the monthly, bi-monthly live. It's really 10 months access, but if you sign up within the next 3 days, then you get the 2 extra months there. And then Amber's asking, is this offer good for the next 5 days? Yes, offer good for the next 5 days. All right, let me break it down just a little bit more here. Okay, so just more of a recap, because I know a lot of you have questions. So the payment options for gold, again, you could have the payment plan, $97 down today, 1 additional payment of $97. Or if you pay in full, it's $177 and you save $20. Okay, save 20, it's $20 off if you were to pay in full. And again, it's that website that I just typed in there. mypsychicawakening.com/momentum. And then for platinum, again, it's $97 down today, then 11 additional payments of $97. And pay in full is $997. So you save $200 if you pay in full. And remember that platinum fast action bonus, sign up by Sunday at midnight, and you get those 2 extra months for free for a total of 12 months for the video vault and the live group coaching. Okay, and again, the website's the same, mypsychicawakening.com/momentum. Now for the diamond 1-to-1, just to recap this once again, payment plan, $197 today, then 11 additional payments of $197 a month. Pay in full is $19.97, and if you paid in full, you save $400. Okay, I know some of you is like, I'd rather just put it on my credit card and then just pay and get some points, right? So I know people have done that. And same thing, just sign up at this website, mypsychicawakening.com/momentum. So here's a recap once again. Okay, pay in full, save $20, pay in full for platinum, save $200, pay in full for diamond is $400. Okay, let me just look real quick at some questions. Someone's asking, is this in US? Yes, this is in US dollars. Okay, Bridget made a comment, bad part of 72 hours, most of us get paid on the 1st of each month. Oh, you know what, Bridget, thank you for bringing that up. I didn't even realize that. I should have thought of that, but now that you pointed it out, let me extend that. Thank you, Bridget. Okay, so let me just, what's instead of 72 hours, make it 96. So fast action deadline is on the 1st. Okay, thank you for giving me that feedback. I didn't even think about that. Okay, so, and then yes, Meg, is the 8-week class every Wednesday night? Yes, every Wednesday night. Okay, somebody's like, I'm checking my budget now. Okay, let me just continue because we got a few more slides here, you guys. The question comes up, can we sign up now and upgrade later? So like, can you sign up for gold, upgrade later to platinum? Or can you sign up for gold, upgrade later to diamond, for example? And the answer is yes, all right? However, you'd miss out on those fast action bonuses that I talked about here, okay? So again, my incentive just to get y'all to sign up, you know, you have to sign up, and I'm gonna change the date here. Oops. So sign up by midnight on March 1st. Okay, and thank you, is that Bridget? Yeah, thank you for letting me know, because I'd love for y'all to take advantage of it, especially if you're interested and you're like, yes, I got to do this. All right. Okay, this is what I was saying. So I want to give you a couple more testimonials. This is Jessica. She's also a stay-at-home mom. What's special about Jessica is she was in the middle of the platinum program, and she got to the end of the 12 weeks, the initial 12 weeks. And by the end of the 12 weeks, she went through the Earn While You Learn method that I talked to you guys about. And she got her first clients. And I remember when she first messaged me about her first client, she's like, Joe, I charged $125 for an hour reading. I'm like, cool, that's awesome, right? So it's not necessarily about the money, you guys, right? But it's more like that next level of validation where people actually are willing to exchange their hard-earned money for the service that you're providing. Okay. And so here's what Jessica has had to say. She's like, everything has been flowing from more easily and I don't feel stuck anymore. I'm excited for what's next. All right, I love the fact that I could be part of helping others in just 12 short weeks with the program. Okay, so hold on. I know some of you like, hey, can you review that again? So I know I don't want y'all to be distracted. Let me show you guys something real quick before we move on to the next slide. And that is, so when you click on that link, okay, this is the actual website that you'll be taken to, the Third Eye Momentum program. And you guys, this is like more than enough information that you need, right? So as you scroll down, this is a recap of all the stages of the first 8 weeks, stage 1, stage 2, stage 3, stage 4. Just a recap of everything you get, the value, fast action bonuses. And here's the recap of everything. So sign up for gold here, right? And then the payment options. Sign up for platinum here, and you have all the, actually, let me refresh. I have a new version of this here. There we go. So platinum, like you get this part of the video file, right? And then I also have like a video explainer, and then I have the bullet points here. I have the countdown, and then diamonds, like all the information's here, you guys, okay? And then you keep scrolling down. I have some FAQs, who this is for, who this may not be for you. Okay, I have a Q&A here, so frequently most asked questions. And then when you get down to the bottom of the page, you're simply going to put in your name, last name, email, and then you're going to select your option. Do you want the gold payment option? If so, click on that. If you want the gold pay in full, click on that. Likewise with platinum or diamond, right? Just pick your option. This is where you put your payment information. And yes, it's in US dollars. Click on the agree to terms, and this just states all the terms and conditions. Click on that, and then you place your order now. And then from there, you get a confirmation email, okay? So that's when you click on the link that I put in the comments, you guys, okay? So, and someone asked, yeah, all the levels above gold are all self-study, and you get the live check-in. So that's where we meet. We still meet live monthly as well, okay? Now, and then someone asked, how do we upgrade to the next level? Well, at the end of the 8 weeks, because I know some of you are like, oh, I want to check it out for the first 8 weeks first. At the end of the 8 weeks, we'll talk about exactly how to upgrade that, okay? So yeah, it's not hard, you guys. We'll definitely have a follow-up session around that. Now, I just showed you these testimonials, right? These possibilities. Question is, what's possible for you? Right? Some of you are already like, wow, this will be great for my business. Oh, wow, this will be really exciting. And how would you like your success story to be? Now, the next Third Eye Momentum program begins March 9th, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. And we meet every Wednesday evening for 8 weeks for about an hour and a half. And the doors to enroll close for good. This should be, I'm going to, since I have to shift the dates around, I'll move the date out just to accommodate everything. Let's make it 7 days from today, okay? Just because I have to change the dates here because someone pointed that out. Would that work for you? Give you guys an extra, make it 7 days, okay? I don't want to give you too long because, I know some people are like, yeah, I want to do this later, but then, life happens, right? And then, the momentum goes away. So let's make it 7 days from today, okay? Now, for those of you that need help deciding, right? You're on the fence and you might be thinking to yourself, well, I'll definitely sign up later, okay? And, this might be, or some of you are wondering, well, can't I just read your book? And some of you, this is really common, right? Are like, well, I don't know if I have enough time for this. And for others of you, it's like, well, I don't know if I have enough money for this. Okay. Well, what I want to say to you, if that's you, if you're on the fence and you're struggling with these, I just want to let you know that all of that is valid. Okay. One thing, especially when it comes to money, This one guy wanted to sign up for the program. He got on a phone call with me. He's like, hey, can I work out a payment plan with you? And he's like, well, I have to do this thing where I have to mortgage my house. And I'm like, oh, wait, no, don't do all that. Right? Because if it puts you into survival and like you're trying to pay for this course, but it puts you into survival in life, then being in survival is like the opposite of being psychic. Okay. So I get it when it comes to like money issues, like, yeah, there's definitely some validity to that. However, I do want to bring out another side of this. And again, this is for any of you that might be on the fence. I invite you to check in for any energies of doubt, especially doubt in yourself. And ask yourself, is that even my energy or not? Is that my mom or dad's energy that they always put doubt in my space all the time? Or you might be saying to yourself, oh, I think I need to get ready first. Right? Remember, I brought this up on day one and even yesterday, like, oh, I need to know first. I need to get ready first. But you guys, this is why it's 8 weeks. What are you going to get ready for? The 8 weeks helps you get ready, right? I don't know if I can do this. You know what, you guys, sometimes the greatest wisdom is when you just jump in, even if you're afraid. Okay. So whether you know if you could do it or not, maybe you don't know what you don't know yet until you actually jump in, right? Oh, I'm not confident enough yet. Well, again, that's what 8 weeks are for. So you build the confidence. Remember, it's like 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. And then the final 2 weeks is where you finally start reading other people. So of course you're going to build up the confidence, right? So you notice when I say check in for any of these energies, these are stuff that like either from your upbringing or life experience, or maybe you had other, so-called failures in your life, or like, oh, that happened to me before, it's going to happen to me again, right? Those are all just programs, you guys. Okay. So this is what I mean. Check in with the energies of all that. Don't let that stop you. Oh, this is another one. I need to study more first. Let me watch a few more YouTube videos, or let me read Joe's book about 10 more times, and then maybe I'll jump in. Like you guys, in 5 days, 4 days, I covered like half the stuff already that was in my book, all from your experience here. So what more do you really need to study? Okay. Now, let me just say this too. Okay, and this is me being Coach Joe here. Usually what's going on, it's less about having confidence the program will work for you. Okay, bear in mind, it's already worked for literally thousands of others. It's more about the fear energy taking over, of not having the confidence to make the program work for you. Okay, so it's not the question of if the program will work, it's a question of if you could work the program, right? So that's where all the one-on-one guidance comes in. That's where the healing sessions come in, right? Just to help you with all that. Okay. So question came up. If we enroll now, is content already available for Platinum and Diamond? No, not yet. All of that will come in after the 8 weeks. So I want you to get the foundational stuff first, and then you'll jump into the video vault and all the Diamond and Platinum stuff, okay? Miranda says, I'll be enrolling in the morning, but I have a question. If I miss a class, are there going to be replays? Yes, everything is recorded, and you'll get a student portal where all the recordings, in case you miss a class, all those will be there, okay? All right, so with that said, right, rather than giving into doubt or all of that, right, imagine instead, how will it feel when you get your hands on the proven step-by-step third eye momentum method with direct guidance on your unique gifts from a mentor right by your side. And that mentor is yours truly. How would it feel when you tap into higher frequencies of spiritual information from the cosmos in a grounded way and without the overwhelm? How would it feel when you gain self-healing tools to clear your psychic space and your aura of those foreign energies blocking your gifts in your third eye. Where these tools are so easy to use, you could even use them in your car on your lunch break. And how would it feel when you've gained a whole new level of self-mastery to where you could turn on and off your psychic gifts so you could begin helping others exactly when needed? And how would it feel, right? You guys really get into this. How would it feel when you make a profound impact on the life of another, so much so that it brings you to tears? That's what's possible, you guys. Okay, when you take this step. So my encouragement for you is be unstoppable. Okay, you can do this. And if you could imagine it, you can achieve it. And I could see from the comments here, a lot of you are already imagining it, aren't you? Right, so if you could imagine it, you can achieve it. And with someone by your side, with a group of people going along this journey with you, of course you could succeed. Now, just to ease your mind a little bit more, I do have a money back 30-day guarantee. And the way that this works is check it out for a full 30 days. So it's an 8-week program, right? Check it out for the first 4 weeks. And all I ask though, is that you follow along with the training faithfully for that first month. And you're doing the meditations for at least 10 minutes a day for 30 days, okay? Do you all have 10 minutes a day? Go ahead and type in 10 minutes if you have 10 minutes a day to do this, right? Do the meditations for at least 10 minutes a day. And if you don't have a perceptible shift in your energy by the end of the 30 days, I'm happy to give you a full refund before the 30 days are up. Okay, I want to make sure that you get that before the 30 days. After the 30 days, right? You know, I just want to have you check it out for 30 days, okay? 10 minutes, 10 minutes. If I don't fall asleep, yeah, you won't fall asleep in a 10-minute meditation now. And you guys, right, just about all of you were already saying, like, I've already had a perceptible shift in my energy just from the last 4 days alone. So imagine what 30 days can get you, let alone 8 weeks, let alone a whole other 10 months or 12 months. Okay. All right. Let me see. I'm just looking on Facebook. A bunch of you are saying 10 minutes. Sharon is asking, can you download the 10-minute meditations? You will get the recordings for all of it, and not necessarily download, but you go to the student portal, you just press play, and then you could follow along with the meditations. Okay, so this is a 30-day money-back guarantee. Again, good for the next, well, I'm going to say 7 days now, okay, because I'm going to go ahead and extend this because of just stuff that came up tonight, right? I don't want to rehash it again. Here's the recap of it all. Go to the website, www.mypsychicawakening.com/momentum. By the way, I'm going to be sending out emails. I'm going to post this in the Facebook groups to recap like the dates and everything. So don't worry about that. Now, for those of you, you still have questions, okay? I want to invite you to schedule a discovery call. And if you're still afraid, if you're still hesitant, doubting, you're convincing yourself, oh, I'm not ready, but let me see what Joe has to say, right? Or if you're wondering if now is the right time for you, okay? Because I will tell you, I'll help you discover that if now's the right time for you. I have told people in the past after getting on a call with people, it's like, maybe now is not the right time for you, because like you do legitimately have like 10,000 things going on in your life that I can tell you like, okay, sounds like you won't have enough time for this to really invest what you need to. All right. And I'm talking about more specifically, say, for example, like the diamond and platinum, especially the 8-week program, y'all have time for that. is this program really a fit for your goals? Let's talk about that. Let me help you with that. Some of you are like, do you have extended payment options? Like, I really want to get into Diamond, right? I don't get paid till the 1st, or my paycheck is like, one is like, my paycheck is every 20th, right? We could talk about that. We can make special arrangements, okay? Especially if you're interested and you have enthusiasm. I don't want to be that guy. It's like, no, no, no. Like, your payday's on the wrong day. Like, I won't do that to you. However, you still have to reach out and let me know, okay? And some of you just want to speak with me directly. Okay, that's fair enough. And really what I want is, before you invest in anything, I want you to have the confidence that you have all your questions answered. So if this is you, you want to schedule some time with me, then you could book some time with me at www.mypsychicawakening.com/inquire. And let me go ahead and paste this in the comments. Shauna asks, my internet just dropped out. It skipped a minute or two. Sorry if you answered this. Does the gold level include fast action bonuses? Yes. So the fast action bonus is for whatever you sign up for: gold, platinum, or the diamond. Okay. The platinum bonus, that's where you get the extra 2 months. Okay. If you sign up before the fast action bonus time is done. Meg says, I have class every Wednesday evening. It's okay. You can still follow along with the recording or the replay. And then what I encourage people that can't make it, and I know some of you are like, my kids don't go to bed sometimes early enough. What I encourage, if you're in that boat, I encourage you to reach out to someone in the Facebook group, right? Someone in one of your classmates, and practice with them. So if, say, for example, you just learned the past life, reach out to your classmates, say, hey, would you like to practice a past life with me? Okay, so there are ways to work around this, you guys. Okay, all right. Hey, now if you have any questions at all, I've been answering questions as we go. What questions do you have now about the program? Maybe about even the challenge? I know some people are asking, are we going to have continued access to the challenge videos? When the sign up period is done, I am going to take down these challenge videos, okay? But for those of you that do sign up, I'm going to upload these videos into the student portal that you're going to get access to after you sign up, all right? Let's see. So what questions do you have? Let me take a moment. Oh, awesome. Bridget, what does it cost to schedule a call with you? Oh, the discovery calls are free, you guys. Okay, so if you want to schedule this discovery call, it's free. Okay, and some of you might have more simple questions. You don't necessarily need to get on a 20-minute call with me. You could just email me, support@mypsychicawakening.com, if you have just a real quick question as well. Okay, let me see. What other questions might you guys have here? Okay, well, who's this? Vicky, odd question. Several times while in a pitch black room, I have had a halo of white light emanating from behind my head. Okay, just go with it, you guys. With all these things, like after a while, and this is one thing you're going to get to know about me, everyone's like, oh my God, that was so weird. Like that spirit guide came to me. And for me, I'm like, welcome to my world. So rather than thinking it's weird, what if you were to approach it more from, wow, what message is spirit trying to deliver to me? And then you take that moment to tune in, right? So rather than discounting like, oh, that's weird, it's strange, what if you were to then take that extra step and then just tune into the message? Okay, that's what I'm going to be encouraging you and teaching you guys to do as we go. All right, so I'll spend some time after trying to answer some questions here. Okay. Miranda, I sent you a message. You don't have a friend request button. Oh, I guess you all are talking to each other. Okay. All right. So about the drawing. So let me know that you guys are still here. And the way to go about that, which by the way, thank you guys for sticking around, for hearing me out. Again, you have the multiple chances to win. One is the 90-minute deep chakra healing. And you have 1 in 5 chances to win a 30-minute psychic reading with me. Now, let me know that you're still here by typing in #momentum, okay? So everyone that types in #momentum, whether it's the recording or live here, that lets me know that you've actually watched the whole thing, like you've participated in all 5 days, okay? So go ahead and type in #momentum now. All right. So now, let me just see if any other questions. I just see comments. I think y'all are more conversating with each other. Okay. All right, you guys, how about we now get into, I have Archangel Michael here, but actually before class when I was tuning in, it was actually Archangel Raphael wanting to come through. So we are going to work with some healing energies from Archangel Raphael. Let's type in Raphael. I don't even know if I spelled that right. Maybe with a PH. Okay, Raphael. All right, let me stop share for a moment here. Okay, you guys ready to channel some healing energies from Raphael? Go ahead and type in Raphael if you're ready for this. And we'll take about 10 minutes for this, and then we will be completing our time together here, okay? Sorry, you guys. All right. What I invite you all to do now is to take a nice deep breath. And I know a lot of energy was processed tonight. Like maybe some of you left your body a little bit. It's like, oh, let me check to see how this will work up on the astral for me. Or just a lot of jitters, excitement, right? So what I invite you to do now is let's reground. Okay, before we start doing any new energy work here. I'm going to do the same. So I invite you to close your eyes now. Take a nice deep breath. And go ahead and take one more deep cleansing breath. And just give a hello, a silent hello to your grounding cord. And all I mean by a hello is like you're just acknowledging where your grounding is now. And if needed, you could change out your grounding cord, just drop your old one, kind of like dropping a rope from the roof. Let it drop to the center of the planet. And then when it gets there, it just goes, disappears or disintegrates. And give yourself a new one. And then fill in with a fresh gold sun of your own energy. And just make sure the body's nice and relaxed. Take a few more deep breaths. And so when it comes to this healing, what I invite each one of you to do is, as I am holding space for this healing for Archangel Raphael to come through, I invite you to rest your awareness on your body and just observe. Observe for any shifting, movement, releasing. You might hear a message from Raphael. You might get a download or a message. Okay, just be open. All right, so if you want to imagine with me, imagine like a big bubble. and that we are all in a nice big healing bubble. And this healing bubble is our healing space. Great. And now imagine you're just nice and relaxed inside the healing energy of this bubble, this gold bubble. Imagine it's a nice gold bubble. And now I'm going to go ahead and invite Archangel Raphael to just be right up above the bubble here. So I'm seeing Archangel Raphael as a green energy, like a really high white with a tinge of green. And you can see how Archangel Raphael shows up for you. It just happens. That's how Archangel Raphael is showing up for me. But for you, he might show up blue or purple or red or whatever the case is. Just be open. And if you don't see anything at all, that's okay. You might just feel or sense his energy nearby. Now, Archangel Raphael, go ahead and clear your matching pictures with everyone. Clear any karma, any past life pictures that you have with any of the participants today who are here to receive a healing. And as well, clear any communication channels or any blocks to having people receive the healing from you this evening. And as well, help increase the space for everyone's healing so that everyone may get the message, the insights, the information, the healing that they seek. All right. And then when you perform a healing, just go ahead and perform whatever healing you are directed. And then when you're done, go ahead and take all your energy with you. Okay, great. So that was just me setting the energy for working with Archangel Raphael. Now, for everyone receiving the healing, really allow yourself to receive, all right? It's kind of like when you go to a massage, you're not sitting there trying to tell the massage person what to do, right? You're literally just laying there, allowing yourself to receive the massage. Likewise, when you receive this healing from Archangel Raphael, just allow yourself to receive any insights, information, healing, transformation, shifting, or releasing. All right, so now, Archangel Raphael, go ahead and just give a silent hello to everyone, spirit to spirit. Validating who we are as a spirit and a body in a journey this lifetime. And then Raphael, go ahead and spin everyone's chakras, clear, cleanse, ground everyone's chakras. And everyone else who's receiving the healing, go ahead and take a nice deep breath. Again, rest your awareness on your body, your chakras, your energy field around you. And I'm seeing a lot of releasing from everyone's chakras, a lot of movement, a lot of transformation, a lot of shifting around. And as well, Raphael, go ahead and clear everyone's aura, energy channels, for any stuck pictures, stuck energies, old doubts, second guessing, any blocks to having people be in touch and in tune with their psychic third eye and their gifts in general. Clear out everyone's psychic channels, mediumship channels. As well as any foreign energies that are blocking people's gifts. And everyone take another deep breath. And as well, Raphael, help everyone ground, just reground, especially be in their bodies as you create more and more room for everyone's true essence. They're each and everyone's unique individual essence. All right, and then everyone receiving the healing, go ahead and just take a moment. You could just telepathically have a healing request, or if you just need some kind of divine guidance, go ahead and have a telepathic communication directly with Archangel Raphael now. And I'm just holding space for everyone to receive some kind of message and be open. You might hear something, you might feel a shift of some energy, you might come in from your higher knowing, or you might hear a message. Be open to any and all possibilities. All right. And then when that is complete, I am seeing Archangel Raphael now taking this extra step of, like, there's this picture of him connecting you to a higher self, your higher self. And the general message that he has about that is that for you to remember that your higher self is always present, it's always guiding your way. Never forget that when you're lost, you could always tune in, tap into this higher self. It is this higher self that already knows your spiritual path that's laid out for you. And as you go along your spiritual path, just remember that you are always guided. Just remember to tune in. You never are really lost. All right, so let's go ahead and thank, one more step, actually. Archangel Raphael, going to offer everyone a gold sun of their own energy. And for everyone, it's your choice. You could take this gold sun from Raphael and fill yourself in. And just allow Raphael to fill you in, replenish you with your own energy. And now let's go ahead and thank Raphael for coming in. And if y'all ever want to have any communication with Raphael, you could always talk to him or any of the archangels. Then the consistent message I always receive is ask and you shall receive. If you don't ask, then you won't receive. So they're always there for you. So Raphael, thank you for coming in. Take all your energy with you and talk to you later. All right, so everyone else going to create one more gold sun for yourself. Call your energy back from this class, from the last 5 days, from me, from other people. Let the gold sun do all the work for you. And then when all your energy is back, go ahead and fill yourself in. All right, then when you're all filled up, you could open your eyes, come on out of the trance. All right, and welcome back. All right, so I'd love to know, how was that experience for you? Feel free to type in your message there. And I'll give you some time. And while you're typing that in, let me just put the recap slide here. Cindy says it's harder to come back. Yeah, sometimes when you're in the energy of it, it's like it's so beautiful, it's so peaceful and calming. It's like, what? I got to wake up again. Cindy is saying that's great. Amber says, wow. Cindy said yes. Robert said, felt pain leaving from my body. That's amazing. What great validation, right? When you could actually, because we're playing with energy, right, you guys? But when you could actually feel it, then, like I said, that's what I mean by validation. That's what makes you know that this stuff is real. Okay, Vicky said, I had some pressure, has never happened before. My heart chakra, not my heart, and it was relieved by Raphael. Marcia says, yes, chronic pain leaving the body. Amazing. Okay, let me check on Facebook. On Facebook, Amy says, amazing, felt so much love. Yeah, that's what I get too. There's like a loving energy. Marie Fran says, excellent, I felt the energies. Shauna, I'm so dizzy and happy, tingly and amazing. Bridget, amazing, felt an energy shift and so much lighter, seeing all kinds of colors. Shauna says, me too. Lynn says, got super hot, felt complete relief from back pain I was having. So very grateful for this experience. Yeah. You know, when people heat up like that, that's a sign of release from the body. Okay, this, and that, talking about release, like release can happen from yawning, from crying. How many of you have been yawning a lot, right? From all the release. So that's just next level validation there, you guys. Sally says, I saw Raphael pull a cork from my third eye and felt a pull there. I work with Archangel Raphael quite often, healed my dog with him years ago. Awesome. And Ember says, yawning so much. And then let me just check on Facebook one more time here. Cernia says, help me new here mentally. Okay, well, you could always listen to the recording there. Natasha, peaceful breeze. Michelle, pressure on my navel relief, saw green. Okay, awesome. All right, you guys. All right, well, we are at the end of the broadcast, and I know we went for 2 hours and 20 minutes here. My voice is practically gone here, so I want to thank everyone for joining, not only today, but the last 5 days that we spent together. And let me go ahead and pull the recap. For those of you that are interested in signing up for the Third Eye Momentum Program, these are the options, okay? And I can honestly say that based on the energy of tonight, I would love to work with you, okay? So if you have that interest, if you feel the need, the pull, the desire, the higher calling, all right, go ahead and sign up. Just sign up, take the jump, take the leap. And for those of you that still need extra clarification, you have any questions, you could always email support@mypsychicawakening.com. Or for those of you that want even more, you could sign up for a discovery call with me, okay? And for those of you like, oh, my payday's on the 7th and the deadline is on the 6th, or, you know, let me know, right? Let me know. Don't let that be a deterrent. Don't let that be a block for you that, oh, it's too late, right? Reach out, make special arrangements. And especially if you have this desire, right? And you're like, Joe, I really want to do this, but I need help figuring whatever it is that you need help figuring out to make this work for you. Reach out to me, okay? That's what I'm here for. And again, if you have that desire, I would love to work with you, okay? Now, with that said, it's like, we got to say goodbye now. We got to say goodbye. All good things must come to an end, but it's not an end for everyone. For those of you that are deciding to join either the Momentum program, the Gold, the Platinum, or the Diamond, I look forward to working with you very soon. We go, class starts on March 9th, 6 p.m. Pacific, okay? And for those of you, this is the end of the road of our time together. It was a pleasure working with you. Many blessings to you on your journey, whatever you decide to do next. And just remember, the 72-hour bonuses, we're making those 96 now, apparently, because some people have payday on the 1st. So I'm willing to work with you guys, right? Even now, I'm willing to work with you. So that instead of a 72-hour bonus, you know, I'll wait till March 1st so you can take advantage of these fast action bonuses. Last but not least, the last thing I want to mention to everyone is that it's no accident that we met, right? It's no accident that y'all met each other, right? So I really mean it when I say it's an honor to have gotten to work with each of you these last 5 days. And I would love to continue working with you if it really does call to you to continue the journey together. And if that is the case, that we do continue the journey together, whether it's now or could even be someday in the future, let's all definitely keep in touch, right? Say hi time to time. And, you know, who knows, you might sign up for another future program if now is not the right time for you. But if now is the right time, if you do feel that pull, right? Jump right in, you guys. Just jump right in. Don't wait. Don't hesitate. Because I can't tell you how many times people have said, oh, later, 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 but later never happens. Okay? So let's continue the journey together. All right. So I don't know what else to say, all right, other than thank you. Okay. Thank you for spending time. And like I said, all good things come to an end. So with that, I bid you adieu. Good night. And I will talk to you all later. All right. So bye for now. And you guys are most welcome. All right. And I know, let me just check in on Facebook real quick as well. Got a lot of thank yous. Thank yous. Good night to everyone. Okay. All right, you guys. So I'm going to end the broadcast now. All right. Bye for now. Good night.